Hello everyone and welcome back to the Majora's Mask playthrough. Today we'll be finishing off some of Great Bay's side quests before starting the dreaded Great Bay Temple next time. So, obviously, have you now finished this game since we last did a part?
Yeah, of course I... No, I haven't.
How far are you in? Not far
Whatever
enough,
I said last time.
I don't remember what you said.
I haven't played it
It's
since
been a while
we
since the
played
last part.
It's been my birthday. I've got distracted.
Oh, by the way, did
New
you know,
shiny things.
I hope you know, like that little edit I just did because I totally forgot I did it. Basically, I put all the This is gonna happen a lot. Where I forget what edits I've done because I haven't watched these parts in a while.
Post. So.
Basically, I put the eggs, all the eggs that I had from the Pirate's Fortress, into the tank, and I'm coming out here to get a heart piece that I've now remembered to go and get.
Right, yeah.
And basically, a lot's happened since the last part. Since last time, did we say last time we were debating over to make it 100%?
Let's say yes.
Yeah, in case... Okay, we have been debating it in case we didn't say that last time. Basically, I've now decided to make this a 100% playthrough. So, little things like this where I'm getting heart pieces, you're going to see, but I have a list at home of ones that I collect, but you're not going to see me get, because I already got them in the original recordings.
Yeah.
So, like, the ones like the... was it the couple's shop, the one that I danced in?
Yeah.
I already got that. You're going to see me get the arrow one again, though, because I have a special little edit I want to show off to show you how fucking annoying that one is. I'm not joking, it took me the entire 3-day cycle.
Oh, Jesus.
And you're going to see all of that
I'm excited.
in fast forward glory. So, yeah, this is 100% playthrough. We'll be getting all the masks and all the heart pieces, basically getting everything there is to see in Termina, because I think this game deserves it. I think this is, as you see, like another little edit there.
Yeah.
I already got the seahorse, so now we're going to be like depositing him back to the reef, so he can lead us to the other eggs. What do you remember about? Have you done the Great Bay section?
Yes, I have. This is the... Yeah, I have.
So you've done all
done
of
this.
Did you kind of know? Did you have any trouble with it? Because I've heard many an infamous thing about people having trouble with this section of the game just because it's quite vague sometimes.
Yeah, it took a minute to get used to it.
Oh, have we talked about the Zora swimming controls yet? Again, it's been a while since the last part, so like, I think, especially obviously as the name would suggest, this is a C. I think this is most apparent that the Zora controls are a little derped in the 3DS one. He's so slow, and it just makes this. It made this section really annoying for me because I kind of remember like the pattern of going into the actual reef.
Yeah.
But and the next section we're going to see after this, after I get all these eggs, that was basically impossible on the 3DS one for me because it's really hard. It's hard on this version to do it properly. Now, but when you're slowed down, it's much more difficult.
Fair enough.
And there's actually an easy heart piece you can get here where you I thought you had to do this anyway as part of the thing because he asked you to do it. If you clear away all the sea snakes down here, you get a heart piece. But I thought you had to do it anyway because as part of the quest, because like the seahorse asked you to do it.
Yeah.
Now you see there, that's pretty much how you kill a sea snake.
A sneeze snake.
Yeah, shut up. I'm gonna fast forward through the rest of them because, to be honest, killing them gets really tedious.
Yeah,
and
I got very bored.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. And this is pretty much how you do it. I'm just gonna like this really awkward fast forward.
Yep.
You do have to kill every single one of them to get a heart piece, but you kind of do that naturally anyway because you're trying to find the Zora eggs. I don't know if they're randomized every single time. I honestly don't pay that much.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
I don't have that that memory for detail, to be honest. I know for a fact there's a heart piece we'll get later that is always randomized in every single copy of the game. Like every single new game you do is randomized.
Yeah. Pretty good.
I do kind of like these the designs of the sea snakes, but they'll never compare to the one from Mario 64, which is terrifying. Also, you may have
back to normal speed.
Yeah. You may have noticed that I got caught by a sea snake there. I only did that to show off what happens if you get caught by them. However, the effect is kind of pointless since I just fast forward through it. Basically, what he'll do is he'll grab you and rag you about, and you have to. Also, Link's look really awkward in the background there.
Hi.
Yep. To get your heart piece, just talk to them. I don't know which one's male and which one's female, to be honest. But I also like the fact that when they kiss, it kind of makes a heart.
Beautiful.
If only we had recorded this earlier on Valentine's Day, because that would have been lovely. And that's our final egg. Now, like, with all my other edits, I'm going to save you some time. So here we go.
Wow.
Yep, back to here. Unfortunately, we're not going back quite to the research centre just yet because we have another heart piece and a bottle to get.
Sounds thrilling.
Do you think this is thrilling? Next part is doing all the skull houses.
Oh yeah.
Have you attempted those yet? They're boring. But unfortunately, we do have to do them to get 100%.
It's fine.
This couple of like prizes that you can get here, they're a little bit. I found them hard the first time, but I think once you kind of get the pattern down and you've done it enough that you recognise how to do it, it's fine. Also, as another little tidbit, just because I have the power of retrospect now, I actually, in the original playthrough, I don't know whether I got the like heart piece that's over in that waterfall over there.
Right.
If you go under the water, there's a huge like. If you kill it, you get a heart piece.
Nice.
I don't remember it if I did that last time, but if I did, I get it again later. So like, we naturally in this playthrough, you should notice that I have less heart pieces than in the original run because there are just some that I didn't think to get at this time because I was too busy. Basically, my idea was to do the story, then order the miscellaneous stuff, and edit it in as if I was doing it at the same time. I'll do that. I do that a bit later, but right now I'm trying to do it all as I go along.
Fair enough.
It is stressful, like trying to remember because I had to have a little notepad to remember what I was supposed to do at what time. But like Majora's Mask, the world is never boring to walk through. No pun intended. Also, this hook shot is much better than the one in Ocarina of Time. It looks cooler. It's actually got a bit further of a distance, and I can buy more the fact that a child would get pulled by that, not an adult. Yep. I obviously when I was recording this, I had the sound off and I was listening to podcasts or whatever. So I couldn't remember that the music that's actually used here is the Zora's Domain music from Ocarina of Time.
Nice.
A little bit lazy of them to reuse that, to be honest, because Majora's Mask has an amazing score.
Yeah, it wouldn't have taken that much longer, but...
What are some of your favourite musical tracks from Majora's Mask? Just the ones you can remember.
Trying to think now. Breaking it out. Like, I've actually just listened to it and like gone through the whole thing before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, do you have it on iTunes then?
Yeah.
I'll describe kind of this minigame. You can have a think and you'll come back to that in a second. Basically, this is a beaver. His eyes are pretty fucked, as is his chest, because he's got like a chest like a Teletubby. So like the MTV like thing in his side. Okay, basically what you do for this... Have you done this one?
Nope, I didn't know if they ever existed.
Okay, basically what you have to do is... It's not a race, per se. You have... into that timer in the top left is 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to follow this beaver and go through all these rings. You have to do this 4 times. You have to do this once with him. Then his brother's going to come along. That's your bottle. You do it again twice to get a piece of heart. I'm going to show every single one of them, just because they're all different. And I can kind of suggest to you little tips to help you get through it, because it can be a little bit annoying, especially when you on the last one, which is his brother again, but you get like a minute 30 to do it. And as you can see, I'm not even halfway through, and the time is getting a little bit tight. It's basically just a matter of cornering. Like, I'm doing it really simply here because I can afford to waste the time basically to do it. Don't worry about trying to overtake the beaver. It really doesn't matter. Also, if you can do this, what I'm about to do now, that saves you a couple of milliseconds. Jumping out the water is quicker sometimes, and there's especially in one of the later tracks, there's a couple where you have to jump through. Practice your jumping out the water, because if you don't, you're fucked basically in one of the later tracks. Can I just say, this music track that's playing, I've always had a little soft spot for it.
Oh yeah.
I have a little soft spot for that track because it always reminds me of Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Doing the waterfall game. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that. It's a silly little minigame, but I really have a soft spot for it. Also, the moon is ruining this jaunty mood.
Yeah.
Look at that fucking face. He's like watching it, going, "You kick his ass, Link."
You can do this.
I like how his brother's weird, but like the yellow one is actually alright. I mean, like, he's got a swimming cap on, so he's still a little bit odd. And he's wearing a unitard, I've just noticed.
Yeah, they're both a bit, like, not all there.
I don't know about you, about your swimming fashion wear knowledge, but he's also wearing a vest underneath that unitard. And also, the fact he's wearing a life preserver and he's trying to swim underwater.
It's not the best move.
You're an idiot, mate.
Just gonna plod along.
Yeah, you go a lot faster without it. So, like, when you do the race with brother, you just get more... I'm going to call them hula hoops. You get more hula hoops to travel through. So when you do it again, when you race both of them again, you have just less time. And you still have the same rings per brother. So basically, when you race the first brother again, you have less time, but still the same. So it's just...
Fair enough.
It's just... It's kind of a simple game, but it can trick you into being a little more comfortable with it than it wants you to be. Because it... And like I was saying about the 3DS one, because Zora Link moves slower, it's a little bit more annoying, I find. Like, his control here is just perfect. I feel like I can really, like, cut through the water really seamlessly. Whereas, you know, in the 3DS one, you have to be holding R the entire time to make him do that, to do this, basically. And it's just, no, I don't like that.
Seems like it could be a bit annoying.
It is a little bit annoying. I 100%ed the 3DS one. I had more trouble with this than any other heart piece in the entire game. Look, this is the one I was talking about. You jump through the water. That can save you a bit of time. Ironically, the one that I had the most trouble with in this version of the game, I'll say it now. The one in Clock Town where you have to play the shooting gallery and you have to shoot the Octoroks coming out of the water.
Right.
You have to get a perfect score on that, and that's the one that took me the whole 3-day cycle to do. Lovely. I did that first time in the 3DS one because the aiming's just much smoother. It took me a while to do this one because Zora Link's just a bit slower.
Yeah. And
I felt the control for Zora Link is not as tight. So I've given you a chance to think about it. What is your favourite musical track from Majora?
I forgot about that.
Oh, come on! I gave you time.
Let me have a look through.
Yeah, you have to look through.
Actually, I won't do it on there. It's a bit risky.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, don't go on my Gmail account. There we go. There's our last empty bowl. It's kind of a bit late that we're getting this now because, well, we've got all the Zora eggs. But we'll find a use for the empty bottle a bit later on because as a rule of thumb, basically after Great Bay, I will be getting Chateau Romani for every day. So you'll see me just using that all the time. And the 6 bottles is really useful for the Ikana Canyon temple if you don't get Chateau Romani.
Fair enough. The whole last section, that's pretty amazing.
The music.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was a little confused what you meant then. What do you mean? Do you mean the last day?
Yeah, like the very end of the game.
Oh, right.
The whole last sort of section.
Oh, I love that. Oh, and the credits music. Holy fuck, I love that. Oh, as a nice little Easter egg that I totally forgot, I'm going to include an optional scene that you can do with Mikau, which is the Zora you're playing as right now. And also a little glitch there. If you try and activate the shield, it does not appear. You just heard me use it. It doesn't appear. Basically, when you finish the Great Bay Temple and you restore Lulu's voice, you can jam with the band inside Zora Cape.
Yeah.
We'll be seeing that next time, Zora Cape and the band stuff. But basically, you can hear them play the credits music because it's in the context of the game. They're the ones playing that song.
Nice.
And you can hear them jam along to it and like kind of figure out the song. I'm like, okay, that's a really nice little Easter egg.
Awesome.
It also, if you do that scene, it activates a scene in the credits, and that's the thing I really like about Majora's Mask in terms of its story and its character progression. Little mistake there. If you don't help people, the credits scenes you get are basically environmental shots. There's nothing really. But if you go out of your way to help people and finish the game 100%, then you'll see what happens to the characters in the credits after you've helped them.
Yeah, it's quite clever.
That's a really nice attention to detail. And like, say for example, if you've helped Lulu and you go and do that optional scene and you get the heart piece you can get from that, you'll see them jamming along and everybody enjoying their music.
Yeah, some quite sort of clever programming for back in the time.
Yeah, that's something. Also, the program is something that I feel like I should have talked about when we were in Clocktown. But I'll just say that the programming in this, the fact that they've confined themselves to a 3-day time limit to get that character behaviour down and give them a routine that would make sense because they're just living the same 3 days over and over again. It makes it feel more like a world than I think any other Zelda game. Yeah. That's including things like Skyward Sword and more recent Zelda games because I just felt like that the characters all had actual personalities. Again, this is the last time we're doing this, I swear.
It's fine. Everyone's like turned off by now. Not fucking again.
They've already turned off at like part 14 when they realised it wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
So there's not much else I can say about this race because we've done it.
Yeah,
we've done it. I wish I'd skipped a few now.
It's alright. It's only another minute and a half.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can muddle our way through.
Oh, it's not really worth. I always found it not worth getting any of the bottles, and it's only worth getting like 4 bottles. Once you get all 6.
Oh, actually, I've got something.
Fuck! Hang on.
Fine. Finish off. But...
No, fuck! No, I was just gonna say. I'm excited that you finally have something to say, but I also I mentioned before that you get an extra bottle in the 3DS version because Gorman is given an extra little quest. I find that even more useless because you don't even need the 7th bottle. Carry on.
Thanks.
Right.
What do you prefer, the Zora races or Epona races?
What, you mean the Epona race in this game or just in general?
We'll stick to this game.
By the way, I want to point out there's a bit later on where that happens and it throws me off so much. Not in this race, but there's a bit later on in the playthrough when I'm trying to concentrate on a mini game. Oh, it was the Octorok one, that was it. And that pops up and distracts me and stops me from getting a perfect score. Anyway, I don't like the Epona races in Ocarina and this game, to be honest. If we're talking strictly this game, it is better in this game. The Epona race is much more fair and it feels like an actual track. But Epona's really stiff to control. That's why you'll never see me use Epona in this game, pretty much. Apart from in the alien section, which you kind of have to use it because it gives you an edge. But the Zora races, I much prefer this because it's giving you as the mask. So it's giving the mask a use beyond the actual just control of it, and it kind of like tests your skill at controlling the Zora. Really, I love this. By the way, this is one of my favourite things about these Beavers. They give you the heart piece so you'll leave them alone because they're too scared of racing you again. Also, that reminds me so much of like that. Nice little edit for there. Also, as a nice little thing, I can't remember if you. This is way back, so I don't know if you're going to remember this. But basically, back in the first part, in the first 3-day cycle we did.
Right.
Did we do the heart piece with the Deku people? You know, where you can do that Deku game.
Doesn't seem familiar.
Okay. I redid this because I actually hadn't done it in this save. Obviously, I redid it, and in that context as well, when you play it and finish it, if you do all 3 days and beat their record in all 3 days, they'll give you a heart piece. But they also get so terrified of you that if you come in, they hide and they're like, "Oh shit, it's Dave." It makes it sound like some Londoner coming around to bash their kneecaps in. Oh shit, it's Dave, hide. Also, I'm gonna get after this. I'm gonna get one of the most obscure heart pieces in the entire game, and there's no indication that you'll get a reward for doing it. I mean, like after I've done this.
Yeah.
Did you see that fish tank that was in the right when we came in?
Yes.
That's kind of involved, and it's also a really tedious quest because you have to. Also, no, actually, it's probably the only time that having all 6 bottles will be helpful because you need to feed that fish.
Yeah.
So you have to basically practice forced cannibalism. I find this a really sweet little sequence. We're getting Lulu's children back.
Yeah.
You could argue we didn't do that much this part. All we did was put the eggs back, and we learned a new song. But nowhere else on the internet will you find a close-up shot of that woman's face for one, and also you'll never hear the bants in any other playthrough that you've heard now.
Top bants.
I love the fact that they turn into musical notes. I love the fact that as well their shapes.
Their first thing to do.
Yeah. We've been given new life. Thank you, Lord, for the life you have given us. But first,
music.
It's actually for the Fire and Flames. There's not enough of us to make that musical score though. I also love the fact that all the music in this game is named after style. All the important ones are named after styles of music. So you get the Elegy of Emptiness, New Wave Bossa Nova. Also, it's got New Wave in it, so I'm expecting like the Police or something like that. Every little thing she does is magic. And there's like the Sonata of Awakening. They get like, it make me laugh sometimes the names of like the tracks in this, because like New Wave Bossa Nova, 2 styles of music that do not go together in any way, shape or form. Do you know what a Bossa Nova sounds like?
Not off the top of my head.
It's kind of it's one of the weirder musical styles that I've ever heard. It's basically like something that goes dun 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 da-na-na-na, like that. That's the rhythm of every single bossa nova track you'll ever hear in your life. And so, moving on from weird musical styles, I'm going to go get this final heart piece for this part, and this is the last thing we'll be doing.
Yep.
Basically, what you have to do is, the easiest way I found anyway, you have to collect, I don't know the certain amount of fish that you have to do. I would recommend getting all the bottles and just filling them up, because that's how I did it. Going over to this area here, also you'll notice that as we go into night, Great Bay gets infested with light cloaks. Do not get eaten by them, you will lose stuff.
Oh dear.
So what you want to do is go into these little bodies of water, try and catch some fish like I'm doing.
Supper.
It's so much harder than it looks, especially like with that camera. Also, there's a nice detail I actually like. The more fish you actually catch, the less there are in the water.
Alright.
I know that's a silly thing to comment on.
I already noticed that.
Yeah, but it's an actually nice detail. I don't know if they did it in Ocarina. Past me didn't see that other fish in the water, so I completely ignored it. Run! Do you know what light cloaks remind me of? Do you remember those like childhood things? They're like squishy, like little like sausage roll things. You like squeeze them. Yeah, they remind me so much of them. I don't know what they're actually called though.
I know what you mean. Like the things filled with like jelly or water or something.
Yeah. And it was like a thing that said don't burst it because it will like basically melt your skin or something like that.
Yeah, like the pure acid is what it was like.
The safest children's toys.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me.
It's like that glow stick that I had at your birthday the other day, which like exploded all over my hand. That's not
I found that on some cake.
Oh, that's not a euphemism, people. I didn't unwaggle a glow stick about and it exploded all over my hand. It's not like Glastonbury porn. Okay, now that I've got all the fish, we're just going to do a quick little edit. Hopefully back to the... Am I going to do it?
Remembered?
There we go.
He remembered.
Right, this little section is so annoying. Prepare to sit through me opening about 6 fucking bottles. Oh no, I did. No, I skipped past it. Well, thanks. Basically, what you have to do is like dump.
You're thanking your past self.
Yeah, well done, past me. It's okay, Harry. You basically have to feed that fish, and he'll grow up to a big size, eat the other fish, and give you that. Yep, we've committed fish murder. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for this part. We'll see you next time in the Majora's Mask playthrough when I try and dump that extra fish that I've got. And we'll be doing... Oh, no, hang on, I'm just going to... Oh, I forgot I did this. I just pretty much... I pretty much just dumped the fish in there anyway.
Nice.
I don't think it actually... There's actually an eating animation, but let's have a look. Nope! Okay, that fish is going to die, and that fish is going to fuck that other fish up. Okay, so now we're definitely going. We'll see you next time when we start the Great Bay Temple.